Enjjala Sseba yalaani amuwadde akatebe etulumidde ku ssettendekero y'e Makerere ne twejjusa n'olunaku lwe twasalawo gavumenti erina okutulabirira tusiiba njala n'akawungeezi ne tusula enjala wabula ekyennaku ate bwe tuba tugenze okwebaka olwo nno ebiku nabyo ne bitandika okutuyonka ng'embuzi eyonka omwana gwayo kubanga gavumenti nayo yagaana kubanga abakulu ba ssettendekero eno baagaana okufuuyira ebiku bino. Ekyebiku tekyalibadde kikulu naye enjala yeetususseeko kubanga abakulu bano ssente ze balina okutuwa ez'okutulabirira tebakyazituwerako ddala nga bazikozesa byabwe.
Can't you be like us? I want to remind you, I wasn't acting in any capacity. I was only the grass rep of my cause that was about to be even scrapped off.
Ebigambo bino byogeddwa abayizi abasomera ku ssettendekero ly'e Makerere ababadde baloopa abakulembeze ku ssettendekero lino eri omukulembeze His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu engeri gye babayisaamu nga batuuka ne ssente zaabwe ze baali balina okufuna emitwalo 78 okuzisala ne bazizza ku mitwalo 9,155 kyokka nga nazo emyezi ne semisita eziyise babadde tebazibawaako yadde olwo ne balyoka basula enjala n'okusiiba enjala. Abayizi bano bategeezezza His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu akaseera akamu okubeerawo n'okufuna ekyokulya balina okutunda ebyabo omuli emifaliso bulangiti engatto laputopu saako n'okubiteeka mu bammanerenda okulaba nga bafuna akasente akababeezaawo okufuna ekyokulya.
For gradual 5 years. Some of the leaders were compromised by just now one we can go to the climax to the extreme of just bribing a student by getting what they want. There is one friend of ours who said he wanted to sleep with a white woman. I am telling you, Professor now Barnabas Nawandu got a
era bano batuuse n'okutegeeza omukulembeze His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu lwe baagezaako okulumba abakulu ba ssettendekero lino okulaga okwemulugunya kwabwe baabanukuza miggo na ttiya gaasi nga bayita mu poliisi y'e Wandegya ssaako n'ey'omu Makerere munda. Bawandiikidde abakulu bano enfunda eziwera nga babategeeza ng'enjala weegenda okubattira mu ssettendekero eno wabula nga tebabaddamu era nga babakuba kyamuli ng'omukadde kyakuba ku wabula gye buvuddeko we beekuŋŋaanyaamu abawerako ne batuukirira omukulembeze His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu ne bamutendera ennaku eno yabasalawo okubasisinkana basobole okubaako akamere ke babawaayo bagira balyako nga bwe babanja gavumenti. DPC atwala poliisi y'e Wandegya we yategeera ku nsonga zino nti waliwo abakulembeze abazze ne balopera NUP engeri abakulembeze mu yunivasite gye babayisaamu bwe batyo ne basalawo okutandika okubakubira amasimu bo ge bagambye nti gakubatiisatiisa saako n'okubajja ku mulamwa. Abayizi bano nga baloopera Kyagulanyi batuuse n'omutegeeza nti DPC ono abasuubiza okubagoba mu Makerere oba okusazaamu scholarship zaabwe olwo nno baddeyo ewaka babundebunde singa kabatanda ne bakwata ekkubo ne bagenda ku kitebe ky'e NUP okwekubira Enduulu ssaako n'okufuna obuyambi.
And I'm not new to the challenges that we expressed today. I was personally a government student. So I have gone through such times, and I want to tell you that there is a time we even striked at night because our recess allowances had not come through. So you're not the first, but I just hope that maybe you're the last. I want to remind you that during the time of the bad Idi Amin, all students that went to Makerere studied for free. They didn't pay money. They were given food. They were given allowances. They were given books in the library. But during the good times of the current regime that is compared to the regime of the Amins, we have what we have here today. Am I communicating?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to assure you that we are with you. We support you as former leaders. We stand with you. We understand your cry, and I want to in a special way to appreciate our party for coming through to help that distressed Makerere students. Because having to read Having to use your brain, I think the brain uses the most amount of glucose, but I really wonder if you're really passing those tests. I really wonder if you're please let us remain in line. And I know that we are very hungry, and I want to send out a message to the people that are in charge. If someone is expected to receive 700 plus 1,000 or 500 something, why would you give them 92,000? There is a belief that the office in charge could be using that money maybe to first make something, then they will give you the profits. And we know these things, we know we...
Bino byonna nga babinyumiza Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. Abayizi abamu batuuse n'okwoza ku mmunye ne beewuunya ettima ly'abakulembeze ba yunivasite saako n'abasirikale ba poliisi y'e Wandegeya singa babadde baana baabwe nga bebalese okubonaabona bwe batyo okufa enjala nga bajja kusoma. Bano bategeezezza ng'ewatali kiyinza kuyingira mu mutwe yadde okusoma ng'enjala ebaluma ekiro n'emisana. Abakulembeze mu NUP omubadde munnamateeka Benjamin Katana, omubaka Francis Zaake ng'ono yatwala abavubuka, amyuka omwogezi w'ekibiina kino Mufumbiro Al Waiswa, saako David Lewis Lubongoya, Secretary General w'ekibiina kino. Omukulembeze His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu bennyamidde era ne batuusa okusasira eri abakulembeze bano ne beewuunya gavumenti eno yeetenda okulabirira abayizi okubanga ate esazeewo okubalumya enjala baffe, so nga gavumenti z'amiini abayizi baali beeyagala nga bafuna omusaala ogubamala okulya okwebaka n'ebitabo ewatali kujula. Omukulembeze His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu mu kubasaasira abategeezezza nti balina okwerwanako kuba ku mulembe gwabwe tebatiisibwatiisibwanga era basabanga ekyo kye basaanidde okufuna okulwanirira eddembe lyabwe eribaweebwa ssemateeka ne yunivasite. Era bw'atyo n'abasaba obutasirika singa wabaawo abalina omulala gwe batuusizzaako obulabe naddala okubawa saspe oba okubagoba mu ssentendekero ly'e Makerere wabanga talina musango gulyawo gw'amaanyi gwakoze.
What's painful is that what is meant to build for the future is actually clearly destroying the future. Imagine the children in primary school that are going for their PLE, those that are going for or are doing their UCE exams, those that are sitting their senior 6. You think they dream of coming to Makerere, the greatest university in Uganda? No. Because look at the government students. Back then we would brag at being government students. It meant a lot. People would fear me because I was a government student. They don't fear you anymore. Why? Because of what the regime has reduced you to. This is not an issue of the enablers. It is not an issue of the students that sell you out. As a matter of fact, it is not an issue of Nawangwe. That's the original planner of all this, and that is General 7. And if the guy was gone by now, you would not be here. So, friends, you are on your own. We all are on our own. And therefore, each one of you, each one of us must play a role in the transformation of this country. Everywhere it is dead because that's how they want it to be. They want to reduce you to beggars. But most importantly, they want to beat you down psychologically. To make you believe that you don't deserve anything. You are the first line of intellectualism in Uganda. But look at you, look at how you're being treated. They're forcing you to believe that you don't matter in this country. And I beseech you, don't accept that nonsense because you matter. Back in the day, how could a DPC in my days call a student of Makerere and tell them not to exercise their right? In my generation, you tell us that nonsense. It's like in my generation, all of us were Mosiris. All of us were Nambasas. And I request you to emulate these leaders. Dictatorial governments only listen to pressure. And that
Oluvannyuma essanyu lirabiddwako ku bayizi bano bwe babagabudde ekijjulo Makete era ddala ng'olabira ddala munnange nti bamaze akabanga nga tebalya kubanga bavulubanye okuwulira essanyu ssaako n'okweyagala nga beerira kamere kano. Babawadde emmere enkalu omubadde akawunga, omuceere, butto, sabbuuni n'ebirala ebikozesebwa mu bulamu bwa bulijjo. Ghetto TV, Buganda Ronald Mugenyi, Makerere Kavule, wano mu Kampala.
I just want to reiterate the words of our comrade Otule that injustice against one is injustice against all. And he clearly said that when it came to private students, government students said this does not concern us. Today it is government students and private students are saying this does not concern us. When Makerere is being oppressed, Chambogo says this is not about Chambogo. When Chambogo is being oppressed, Makerere does not speak out. But we eventually realize that we are all caught up in this web of injustice in this our country. I was listening to your leaders the other day and they told me that some female students have been forced to go into what? Because they are hungry and they are starving. How can Makerere students be allowed to go? This one is calling them sleepovers. They are not really sleepovers. It is terrible. So we must all rise up and resist injustice and impunity. Like my brother Benjamin said, all that is happening is not because the government does not have money. They have more than necessary, but you people are not a priority to them. And yet we are singing that we build for the future, the great Makerere. How can you build for the future when students are hungry and they are starving? And when they rise up to speak, I saw this comrade from Chambogo the other day being picked up like grasshoppers. Right now as you are coming in, I saw police guys here trying to stop you. And the DPC saying you should not come to Kavule because Kavule is going to give you food. I even saw some propaganda which they had put out there to say that NUP has cancelled this event. That we needed permission from police, we did not get it, therefore the event has been cancelled because they are trying to frustrate you in that regard. So, ladies and gentlemen, we need to understand what is going on in this country. For us as a national unity platform, we believe in investing in the future of our country. That is why our main priority is healthcare and education. And I can tell you, the day our president sits in that state house, which legitimately would belong to him even right now, the things we are going to focus on, most importantly, are education and healthcare. Why? Because if you invest in the people, you are investing in the future of your country. That is what we believe in. That is what we believe in as the National Unity Platform. It is very unfortunate. I even saw a headline the other day. They were saying that very soon they are going to scrap government scholarship. Instead of increasing, they are just trying to reduce. And that is what they want to do. They want to scrap government scholarship. And what will happen to that money, you know what has been going on. We lose over 10 trillion shillings in corruption every single year. Other countries are even having free university education for all students. But here, even the few who are on government scholarship, they are not giving you allowances on time, and they are even contemplating removing all that. So, I think the most important call today is rise up and defend your rights. Rise up and fight for a better country. Someone was even telling me yesterday that some government students, the little money you get, you send some of it at home. True. Because your parents are what? Are poor. So you can see that the problem is not only here, it is a national problem. So when a parent is lucky and their child goes on government scholarship, they know that at least these other children are going to get some money. When that government student is given an allowance, this one who is at Makerere is going to send me some money, and I take the siblings of this one to school. So stop looking at this as your own problem. Look at it as a national problem and let us fight to resolve it.